I do a lot of craft brews, but you know what? Sometimes I like to go across the pond and over to Europe and pick up something from Belgium. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski, from the Rooski Brewski Review. And today the beer I have for you, I didn't go over to Belgium and pick it up. I went to my LCBO and picked it up. And this is Chimay Brews Trappistes. I probably really butchered that, sorry about that. Blue, coming in at 9% alcohol by volume. Big Belgian. It's a dark, at least call it a strong, Belgian strong dark ale. Very exciting. IBUs, no listed IBUs here on the bottle, but website is showing no IBUs, but Untapped is coming in and saving the day at 35 IBUs. Looking at the bottle, blue label, gold, 9% extra strong ale, 330 ml bottle. Let's crack it open. See what we got. Nice blue Chimay bottle cap. And that ricocheted off really aggressively. Pouring it into my Rouge River Fat Style tulip glass. I like Belgian beers a lot. They're always quite tasty. I'm not going to do a full pour here. It is 9%, definitely more of a slow sipper. But looking at the beer, deep brownish, slightly even reddish when you hold it up to the light in color. You can't see through it, you see a reflection. But very nice looking beer, slightly off white head on top. Let's have a smell. Raisins, plums, prunes, grapes, darker fruit notes. Nice bit of yeastiness kicking around. That smells really good. It smells a little strong with the alcohol, but it is 9%, so let's see how that goes down. Alcohol is present. Yeast, Belgian yeast, plums, prunes, raisins, like more of a like a slightly sour raisin. Nice bready finish. Pretty what do you call it? Effervescent, carbonated. Beer so far, that is for the mouthfeel at least. It was very crackly with bubbles and whatnot. Not too bad. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Somewhat sort of, what are those notes? Like grape notes, like champagne grapey notes or sparkling wine notes in here as well, just because of the effervescence or the carbonation of this beer. Mouthfeel is light, but it goes down heavier, if that makes sense. It goes down heavy, but it feels light for the mouthfeel itself, which is kind of interesting. Pretty cool. Looking on the bottle here, Chimay Brews Trappistes. Sorry, I butchered that. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Ale brewed in Belgium, 9% alcohol by volume, 330 mils. Looking on the back, we do have a description, both in French and in English. We're going to read the English one, because that's what I speak. Contains barley. The Trappist logo certifies that this ale was brewed within the walls of an existing Trappist monastery under the control of the Trappist community. A major part of the sales revenue is used by the monks to support charitable works. Chimay Blue expresses the full power and complexity of a well-balanced Trappist beer. Very cool. There is a best before date, and this is best before December of 2023. This is 2018. Last year. Keep that for 5 years and it'd still be delicious to drink, which is really cool. I like that. That's one thing I like about Belgian beers, is that they have a very long expiration date. Which is just really, really cool. Moving over to the website now, chimay.com. And you go over to the beer section. Then you go down to the blue. And it says, discover the Chimay Blue with its powerful and complex aromas. The Chimay Blue is a dark ale with a powerful aroma. Its complex flavor improves with passing time. Give yourself a treat. It's the perfect match for the Grand Chimay cheese. Ooh, they make their own cheese. Very, very cool. Serving temperature, I broke this rule. They say 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. This was just pulled from the fridge. Maybe next time I'll have it when it's 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, but we can do that in the future as a review. Great more content for all of you nice fine folk. 9% alcohol by volume. And scrolling down a bit more, you do have the same description as it is on the bottle. The color is a dark brown. The beer look is limpid. I've never heard that word before. But it's not cloudy, it's limpid. Foam look is thin. And there's a tasting wheel. High notes on alcohol, sugar, barley, and caramel. And then you got slight chocolate, slight hop, slight bitterness, acidity, and spiciness, and very low on the flowers and fruits. That's weird. I'm getting more fruits than the caramel. There's just a big sweetness to it, which makes sense from with the sugar standpoint. But interesting. And then it shows different formats. The beer that you can buy, the 33 CL or 330 milliliters, a 750 liter bottle, 1.5 liter bottle, a 3 liter bottle, and a giant 6 liter bottle. You can't get any of the latter 4 in the LCBO that I haven't found. Maybe the 750 ml bottle, but I've only seen the 330 mils at the LCBO that I go to. Even scrolling down more, ooh, recipes with the Chimay Blue. That's really cool. Instead of like food pairings, you make stuff with this. And it has a whole section or a whole ingredients list for crepes with Trappist beer. Now that's really cool. Whole list of ingredients, serves 4 people, all the prep. That's really cool. That's something I would need to try. And then you have your other Trappist beers, Chimay Gold, Red, Chimay Triple, and Chimay Blue Barrel Aged. Those look really cool. That's something more you can buy. I've seen the red, and I think the what was it? The triple. I know I can get the red in the big bottles. But that's really cool. Definitely want to check out more of this because this is pretty good beer so far. It's a nice Belgian beer. Very, very effervescent though. Just bubbles and bubbles and bubbles when it hits your mouth. I don't know if that's has to do with the temperature that I'm drinking it at. Now that I think about it, I probably should have let it warmed up to the ideal serving temperature. But, you know, shit happens, and sometimes you just gotta roll with what you got. Even though this could be totally prevented, but whatever. That's besides the point. Finally, moving over to Untapped, Chimay Blue has been given a 3.96 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of, oh wow, over 186,000 ratings. So a ton of people, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have had this beer and rated it on Untapped, which is, I think, is really, really cool. But with that said, I am on my final sip. So cheers on the final sip. Let's get right to ratings. It's a good beer. I do enjoy it. Not my favorite style of beer, but for what it is, I can really appreciate the flavors the raisins, the plums that I'm getting, the prunes, the grapes, that bready note, slight like that little bit of alcohol bite. It's just very, very minimal. The sugariness of it sort of cuts it and doesn't make that sting on your palate, which is really, really nice. Goes down a little heavy, but typical, I think, for this style of beer because it is so dark and a bit more thicker. But it is light in the mouth, which is really neat. Lighter and then heavier when it goes down. Very, very nice. I think it's well put together. I enjoyed it. I think it deserves a solid 8 out of 10. Not my favorite style of beer, but still something that I can enjoy in its flavors and just the beer itself. I really enjoy it. As for presentation, I mean, it's an international thing, so you're not going to get your IBUs, your mainly your IBUs. But you have a description, you have a best before date. Ingredients, you don't really have ingredients. It just says contains barley for anybody with an allergy, which is very, very nice. Alcohol is listed on here. It's really cool. It's how the Belgians or whoever does the logos, very, very nice indeed. Very elegant, very high class. Looks pretty cool. And as for the website, a ton of information just on the beer itself, tasting notes, color, beer look, all that stuff, showing the different sizes of the particular beer. And I think my favorite part is definitely that recipe portion of it. Those crepes, that is something very, very unique. And with that said, presentation, I'm 9.5 out of 10. That suits it in my opinion. That's the number that works for me. With all that said, guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all the information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. With all that said, guys, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.